Joining me today, I have the new interim CEO of Siloam Mission here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I've got Julianne Aitken joining me. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So, before we talk about your new exciting position, I would love to know how long you've been with Siloam and the different position or positions that you've held.
I've been with Siloam since, it's been just over 8 years now. So I started as the director of services and have remained in that same position. There's been some shifts in the areas that I oversaw, but generally I would focus on all the emergency services. So drop-in, shelter, kitchen, health center. I moved into some housing and casework. So it's been, 8 pretty good years for me here.
Yeah, you've done a lot of different things. It sounds like a lot of moving parts for that one position, which is pretty incredible. What changes have you seen over the last 8 years at Siloam?
I think that the heart of Siloam has stayed the same as far as there are so many volunteers and their staff who really come in here and want to do the work. They want to come in, they want to support community. There's people of all different faiths that work and volunteer here. That might be a bit of a shift from perhaps its beginnings. A lot of focus on housing now, right? And on being behavior based. That's a major shift that has changed in recognition of the struggles that people have with mental health and substance use, which isn't unique to Winnipeg or Manitoba or even Canada, right? So that's something that as society we've had to make some changes, and as an organization we have, looking at housing focus, and really the intentionality behind truth and reconciliation is something, and how we work to support the community and the changes that we need to make as an organization, and also partner a lot with other in the sector. There's lots of great work going on, and as we can partner, that's super important.
What is it like taking over this position, even as interim CEO, from Tessa Blaikie-Whitecloud?
Tessa's been amazing to work with. So it's, I think, just around three years. So she's been an excellent leader. She's got a lot of passion and a really amazing human being. So I've learned a lot from her in my own, professional development. And I think she set us up in a really good way. So we've got lots of structures and pieces in place with our strategic plan, our housing plan, our commitments to truth and reconciliation, that I feel fairly confident that I can, with the support of my team and a great board, keep going in the direction that we were. But she will be missed. We're also super excited for the position that she has with the province, because that will benefit the sector and everybody in the province.
Exactly. Speaking of the future, what are some goals or plans that you have stepping into this position for the time?
We have a fairly ambitious housing strategy, so that will for sure keep me busy, especially at the beginning. And again, having great leadership and great plans that have already started, I'll be stepping into that. So that will be a bit of a learning curve. And then making sure that we keep true to all of our commitments to truth and reconciliation on our MMIWG 2S Plus action plan, making sure that we're living into the things that we've said that we are going to. And so because I've been a part of all of those things on some level as a director, I will just be shifting to be more involved as the interim CEO.
Great answer. This is one of my favorite questions always to ask people. Why do you do this work?
Well, I'll give you a short story, just even a little bit about me. So I grew up in a family where it was really important to match your actions to your faith. And so that had sort of set me on a trajectory, whether it was my education and then getting into social work and being in CFS and the work that I did there, and understanding, our role as Christians and as people in society to stand up for injustice, to speak out when things aren't right, to support people in need. And so in every job that I've had in my career, there's always been an element of that. And at Siloam, I get to do that. I have a family and I've got a daughter, I'm married. And so in my own life, I've had people who have struggled with some of the things that people struggle with who use Siloam services. So I think that we all can relate in some ways. And so it speaks to my faith, it speaks to my interest in, as a human being, supporting other people. And then I've loved working with leadership and the staff at Siloam. So it's a great place to be.
What is your hope for the future of Siloam?
I would love to see different areas where people right now, we have such a wide variety of people, say, using our drop-in with very differing needs. And I think that there's some people, and a lot of people, like a third of the people who use our drop-in are housed and are food insecure and are looking for company. So I think it would be really cool to have spaces, maybe smaller spaces, for the people who don't maybe need the intensive services and can leave some of the chaos that does exist in a big drop-in when you've got hundreds of people inside, especially in winter. So as we look at our different housing opportunities, I know that we're also considering what are other some sort of community, little drop-ins that might be attached to a housing that can support people in different areas. I love the way that we collaborate with others in the sector. And so it doesn't always have to be Siloam doing something. We can partner and we can do pieces of something so that you have people with more experience doing what, in their lane, and we can do our thing. So those are some of my thoughts. And then housing, obviously.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Um, just even an idea. Do you know how long roughly it'll take for the search for a permanent CEO?
I don't. I think that what's really important to the board and to me and to leadership, I mean, obviously the search is headed by the board, is that nothing is rushed. They're keeping Siloam's, as an organization, they want us to run smoothly, right? They want us to be able to continue doing what we have already started. There's obviously some trust in my ability to step into this position because I've been here for a while and have led different initiatives. So I think that it's really a matter of not rushing anything and just taking our time to make sure that it happens in a good way.
Fantastic. Well, Julianne, you seem right for this interim CEO position. Absolutely. I appreciate you sharing your heart today. Is there anything else that you wanted to share today?
I'd like to thank all the donors and volunteers, everybody who supports Siloam Mission, because we truly couldn't do it without their support. And so any ongoing, whether it's, monetary or that you drop off, you can check out our website for our most urgent needs, especially in winter, lots of socks, mitts. It's been really cold. So always appreciate the support from the community in Manitoba.
Thank you again for taking the time. We really appreciate it. And we'll be praying for you in this new season of life for Siloam Mission and for yourself.
Thank you.